There are 4 different kind of teachers. First, let's find out in which category we belong. Now, I'll tell you what you have to do. Now, if you see a watch, there is a clock, 12 place, which is called 12 o'clock. Number 12? Now, from there you will start drawing a line towards what you think in the watch is 6 o'clock, which means you will draw a straight line on that page running from top to bottom. Please do that. From top to bottom, just draw a straight line. From 12 o'clock to 6 o'clock. Now don't write 12 or 6. Keep that in mind. Now draw another line from 9 o'clock to 3 o'clock. So fundamentally we have created 4 boxes on that paper. Right? Have you got it?
Yes.
If anybody is confused, please don't mind in raising your hands. If you are scared, if you have inhibitions, you will not be able to power the kids inside the classroom. If I know Marathi, I can give you Marathi. If I know Bangla, I can speak to you in Bangla. If I know English, I can speak to you in English. If I know strength and courage, I can give you courage. If I carry fear, then I can't give you courage. Then I'll give you fear. Sugar cannot make a food salty. Salt cannot make it sweet. Similarly, whatever we want our kids to have, that we must be able to possess. And this is your opportunity to break your comfort zones and make whatever corrections needed to be made in your personality. So 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock and 9 o'clock are 4 positions on that paper where the lines are ending. Am I right?
Yes.
If anybody has any confusion, please do not hesitate, raise your hands and get it corrected. You ask your neighbor, they will be as confused as you are. 2 people with confusion talking to each other will not give any clarity. The only person who can give you clarity right now is me. Even if you don't like my hairstyle, you don't have an option. I want you to write something where 12 o'clock is. Please write there, relationships plus. Relationship. 12 o'clock. Write at 12 o'clock, relationship plus. Which means at 6 o'clock, you write relationship minus. Simple graph. We don't have a plotted paper over here. Now at 3 o'clock, you will write task, T-A-S-K, task. Task, project, work, whatever word you like. But let's say task, T-A-S-K, task. Task plus 3 o'clock. Task plus. And 9 o'clock is? Task minus. Beautiful. Any questions? Any confusions? Fair enough. Now for some time, don't look at the beautiful artwork you have done on the paper. Look at me. There are 4 different kind of teachers. And this paper shows the 4 different kind of teachers who exist. Let me just explain, though it is self-explanatory, but let me give you some inputs by which you will have total clarity. Let's take that quadrant which is, let's say, 9 o'clock to 12 o'clock. Now, who are the teachers who belong here, 9 o'clock to 12 o'clock? Task minus relationships. Who are these teachers? Now, these are the teachers who have good relationship with their children. The kids also love them, respect them. But this teacher does not have the ability to get work done out of their children. She loves the children like crazy. The kids also know the love. But the kids know how to play with the teacher. इस टीचर के सामने बहाना कैसे बनाना है, उनको पटाना कैसे, उसको बहुत अच्छे से मालूम. So though you say you must do this and come, they say yes. Have you done this? No. Why not? And then next time going. Now you know how to relate well. They stay in your heart, you stay in their heart, but you don't know how to demand work out of them. वो आपको घुमा सकता है. You also know it, but you don't know how to get tasks done out of them. So children like you, but you are not enabling them to become disciplined, or to be driven, or to be ambitious. With a teacher like you, if you belong to this quadrant, they will like you, they will respect you, they might bring gifts for you, but they will not progress greatly in life with your presence. You need to develop in yourself an ability to get things done. No compromise means no compromise. Greatness is produced when I know how to get things done without any compromise. Now let's take, okay, 9 to 3 is a little difficult, but we can take from 3 to 6. 3 o'clock to 6 o'clock.
Task plus relationship.
Task plus and? Now what does this teacher mean? These teachers don't bother about the children. They are only bothered about getting the work done. They are harsh. They are strict disciplinarian. Their favorite weapon is threats. The red pen. Remarks. Even if you are very genuine, they care a damn about you. These are the teachers who work for the sake of the salary. It's not love for the profession, it's not love for the children. It's a job. So if I get a bank job, probably they'll go there. In some other place, they'll go there. From the profession of teaching, mohabbat nahi. These are the teachers who also form opinion about children very fast and stick to their opinion. And so often they hurt the children. They don't mind calling children inside their class donkeys. They might identify one poor person in the class and give him guns. The frustration of their personal life comes out inside the classroom on these children. These teachers never know how to get the best out of the kids. And if kids still do well, it's purely to escape punishment. They study to score, not because they love that subject or the teacher. If my school has to be a school which has children who bring centum, university toppers, without bothering about what they become in the future, then I need these kind of teachers. 3 to 6. Then we have 6 to 9. They don't know how to build relationships. They don't know how to get work done. They should resign from teaching. They should not be in teaching. See, a teacher needs to relate. And the relationship cannot be with the book or the blackboard or the question paper. The relationship has to be with the children. Let's say kids don't excite me. They look threatening to me. Because kids have questions which puzzles. Really puzzles big time. And if you don't know how to handle the children, and if the children create stress in you, so you won't enjoy them. Neither do you enjoy your working, nor you know how to get the best out of the children. You are in the wrong profession. You will also suffer. Everybody else will also suffer. It's better to change your job. Now comes the ideal teacher. 12 to 3, both is plus. I know how to relate to children, and I also know how to get work done out of them. कोई मेरे सामने बहाना नहीं बना सकता. I don't tolerate excuses at all. Even children who believe they can't, in my class they will perform. What other teachers are not able to make, I will create out of these children. One such teacher in life, and everything about life changes. एक टीचर ऐसे मिल जाए ना, अपनी पूरी दुनिया को बदल देती है. My expectation is all of us should be over here. Relate brilliantly to children. They should be able to open up their heart to me. Their worst fears they should be able to discuss with me. They can be absolutely honest and never ashamed talking to me. But if there is a performance which has to happen, they know I have to perform, otherwise this teacher is not going to let me go. You have to be a mixture of Hitler and Mother Teresa both in one. But the focus is not about me as the teacher, the focus is about what is right for my children. And I help the children to get the best out of them. I have been blessed, I have been fortunate not just to have one such teacher, but so many such teachers in my life. When I was in 10th, I had a teacher whose name was Mr. Ghosh. Now Mr. Ghosh used to come to take extra classes in the school, not with respect to the accounts, not with respect to the board exams, but purely used to love his subject and used to call it bookkeeping. So he will teach us how to balance accounts, how to maintain accounts. Normally in a school where in a classroom there will be 28, 30, 32 children. In Mr. Ghosh's class, from class 8, 9, 10, 10, he used to come only once a week, Saturdays. The second last 2 periods. There will be more than 125 children in a class. He used to teach us how to keep books. A few days back when I was discussing about accounts with my colleague at office, with Seema, and as I told her certain things, she told me, but all this the chartered accountant should be able to see and guide us. And all I could do is thank Mr. Ghosh silently in my heart. And I studied accounts only for those years. Then of course 11th and 12th I took up accounts, but they were different times. Some of you know that I have never been to college in my life. But today I will be able to guide a chartered accountant who has studied for 5 years. And I have just studied bookkeeping under Mr. Ghosh. When all of us will say, okay, let's go home, Mr. Ghosh will say, okay, I'll give you one small challenge. And anybody who is the son of the soil, anybody who loves his parents, will be able to do this and then go home. So even if you are tired, you will stay back for 10 more minutes and he will make that 10 minutes 30 minutes. He knew how to get work done out of us. And he could relate to us like nobody's business. Otherwise, how 100+ children will come in a class? Like that, I have been fortunate to have so many teachers who has made me into what I am today. Keep Moving movement is for these teachers. Whereas you are giving the subject which is your responsibility, knowingly, unknowingly, by design or by default, all those important lessons of life which creates a character also becomes a part of their life. Just take a minute and think in all honesty, where do you belong in these 4 quadrants? Honestly. You don't have to say it to me, you don't have to say it to anybody, you don't have to write it on the paper. But just identify where you are. If you are not in 12 to 3, what do you need to do to reach 12 to 3? Now all that we discussed so far in today's program was to build an awareness and some realizations inside us as teachers. Now I will start introducing to you the subject which has to be delivered in session number 1 to the kids inside the classroom. Mirror it with your own life and then find out how is it that we can deliver it to children. The first point that you want to make inside the classroom is to make the children believe they can do more than what they are doing today. So point number 1 will be, I can do more than what I am doing today. How will you drive home this point? Listen. When a child is born, they know nothing, they are blank. Systematically, it learns by observing and absorbing. So if a father smokes, if the father shouts, the child observes and finds out every time father was shouting, he got what he wanted. So the child learns, not by a decision, purely through observation and by absorbing, that it is absolutely okay to shout because जब तक चिल्लाता नहीं है ना, काम नहीं होता है. Now this child was a blank sheet, nothing was written, but through observation and through absorption, it starts forming its beliefs and character. Today, whatever the child is doing, whatever it wants to achieve, whatever are its goals, is based on its observations and whatever it has absorbed. Now listen to a few examples that I will share with you and see if you can mirror it with either your own life or with your style of parenting, and find out, are we on the same lines or are we doing some things differently? Let's say it is a little cold. It is the month of December. The child wants to go down to play football. Within 5 minutes of playing football, the child starts feeling very warm. It starts sweating. You know it is cold. You don't know about the warmth which the child experiences. So with all the parental love, mother, father, grandparents, we tell the child, sweater पहन के जा. The child says, नहीं मेरे को गर्मी लगता है. अरे क्या गर्मी लगता है? इतना ठंडा पूरा दुनिया देखो स्वेटर पहन के घूम रहा है, सब बेवकूफ है. तुम्हारे में अक्कल है, तुम्ही को गर्मी लगता है. पहनो चिप्स. And the child is made to wear that sweater and it is sent down. The child protests, नहीं मेरे को नहीं पहनना है. मैं क्या तुम्हारा दुश्मन है? तुमको गलत चीज सिखाएगा. Child goes down to play. After 5 minutes it is feeling warm, but now understand what has happened. The child knows it is feeling warm, but it does not know should it trust itself. It told Mama, I feel warm. Mama said, no, it is right to wear sweater. Even if it is uncomfortable, wear the sweater. Your love cannot be questioned. You making the child wear the sweater was an act of love. But in the process, the child's self-belief has just got dented. There are some relatives who are about to come home and you don't like those relatives one bit. Before they come in the house, you are having one big gossip session. ये फालतू आदमी पता नहीं क्यों आता है, इन लोग आने नहीं चाहिए यार. But you are also a social animal, so you don't know how to say no to them who are coming. Till Still the doorbell rings, all negative things about that person is getting discussed, and the children are listening. And as they come, your facial geography changes. From frown, it is now a smile. Ay, namaste, namaste, namaste. Ay. And the child is seeing the transformation. How did fire become ice? This is not enough. If it is a small child, let's say 2.5 years old, you tell that child, "Chalo jao uncle ke paas baitho." Child remembers your expressions 5 minutes ago. It knows uncle is dangerous. Because you also told how your father has been exploited by this uncle, how he has disrespected you, and how his wife has put you down. So the child looks at that uncle and says, "No. Chalo jao. Bolo na jao." Child is uncomfortable. It wants to trust its instincts. Do we say, "Okay, it's okay if you don't want to meet uncle"? Jabarasti bithata na? In fact, so many of us make our children demo pieces. If the child knows, let's say, "Twinkle, twinkle, little star," you will ensure whoever comes home has to listen to "Twinkle, twinkle, little star." Because when the child says it right, you think your parenting has succeeded. So they are representations of your capability. It's not about their capability. The child says, "Uncle is creepy. I am so uncomfortable sitting next to the uncle." But you wanting to pretend being very good, tell the child, "No, go." In some of you will tell also, "Chalo uncle ko flying kisi do." He does not want to give a flying bite also to uncle. But you know your child knows how to give flying kissing. नहीं दो, कुछ नहीं होगा, चलो दो. तो बात है ना, then you will look at that relative. नहीं, अच्छे से करता है. So तो अब तेरा नाम खराब होने वाला है. And you force the child to give one flying kiss. Though it's a different matter, you first teach the child to kiss everybody, and when the child later on, anyway, let's drop that. The child who was trusting your earlier explanation now finds you are forcing the child to do something which it is uncomfortable with. Its self-confidence has just taken another dent. It might have happened to you. You come back home, you are standing outside the door of your house, and the kids, being curious people, today want to open the door using the keys. Has it happened? The child asks for chabi, "Mom. And you give the keys. See, you have experience of a few years, so you know how to take that lock, take that key, put it inside and open it. You take 5 seconds. But for the child, it is not so efficient yet. So what does the child do? It's a little clumsy. It will take the lock, small hands, then it will attempt to put it inside and it's not going. So what do you do now? Wait patiently. Tell the child, "Oh, somebody is about to dance." So you wait patiently and you tell the child, "But it's okay, try, it will come. It will happen, certainly it will happen." But do we tell, "Idhar la, take it, chavi ke liye." And then you open it, you see the child, dekha? See, your issue is, I don't know what happens, but the moment we reach the door of the house, pressure starts. Has it happened to you? Till you reach the home, you are absolutely okay, comfortable. But the moment you reach home, now you can't hold the pressure. You have to go now. Therefore, when the child is taking that extra second, you are saying, "I can't, give it to me. Now, for you, it's about pressure. But the child has got a dent in its confidence. It doesn't know how to trust itself. Are you with me? We are not doing anything understanding the effect it will happen on the child. To us, it was just something which happened and we didn't even anticipate out of that something so much can actually happen. But this is how the child grows up. Every now and then we look at the child and we dent their confidence. So the child is holding glass and you will say, "Give that!" And तुमको बोला था ना? Till then it was carrying it very confidently. But you successfully created doubt in its ability to handle it. A dent in the confidence of the child. As a teacher, our first work becomes to make the child believe you can do more than what you are doing today. All these things creates that fear and hesitation inside the child. So I understand if a few of you are not able to break your comfort zones, you are a victim of your past. But what I don't agree is you staying as a victim to your past. Nobody could have said it better than Bill Gates, who said, if you are born poor, it's not your fault. But if you die poor, it is certainly your fault. You are born in a poor house, nothing much can be done. But if you die in a poor house, something could have been done by you. You could have traveled from being poor to becoming rich. So where you were is not your fault. But if you stay there, then it is certainly your fault. So point number one that we are going to drive home to every child is going to be, you can do much more than what you believe. Because the truth is, they can do much more than what they believe. So often the child just needs this confidence that somebody has on them and they perform more than they thought they can ever perform. So point number one, you can do more than what you have done ever in your life. Point number two, 3 new monkeys. What? Yeah, you just write down 3 new monkeys. I'll explain. What do I mean by 3 new monkeys? Now some of you might have it in your home, some of us may have it in our school. Gandhiji used to have 3 monkeys. And what would those 3 monkeys depict or show? Okay, see no evil, hear no evil, and speak no evil, right? I believe it's time for us to bring in 3 new monkeys and replace the new monkeys with the old monkeys. What do the 3 new monkeys depict, show? They convert the negativity of the old monkeys into positivity. So instead of saying, don't see evil, the new monkey says, see good. Don't speak evil, speak good. Don't hear evil, hear good. So what do I mean by this? What will this change bring?
Positive.
Besides positivity, understand, when I say see no evil, so if evil is happening, I close my eyes. I'm not supposed to see evil, so close it. But when I say see good, it gives me a drive to change. It gives me a drive to be in control. It gives me a drive to believe I can be an agent of transformation. It gives me that handle on my life. So I prefer to see somewhere, not close my eyes. Closing my eyes means ignore. Open your eyes. Let's say my father was very strict with me. See no evil, उसको याद मत कर, छोड़ दे यार. बुरी घटनाओं को याद नहीं करते. But that doesn't help me because it stays inside. If I make it see the good. Now my father used to be very strict with me, but his intention was the child should be disciplined so that it can progress in life. So in the discipline of my father, I am not seeing evil, I force myself to see the good. The moment I develop this ability to move from the old monkey to the new monkey, I find I am in control of my life. Withdrawal is not an option. Engagement is the option. So don't hear evil. Band kar do. But how long will I keep it closed? I have to open it after some time, right? Many of us have this habit of moving away from situations which are difficult and going to safe zone, saying, "Apne ko kya karna hai, jaane dena." I have seen between brothers, one brother is off track and the other just shrugs the old and says, "Yaar, मैंने उसको बोला, मेरा सुनता नहीं है, मैं क्या करूं?" So see no evil. वो गलत काम कर रहा है, see no evil. How is that a solution? Hear no evil. Somebody is speaking something wrong. Close it. How is that a solution? The solution will be communicate and make them understand. Can we shift? You are telling me so many things which is not okay in that person. Can you also tell me what is good about that person? You know, when people come to me for marriage counseling, and one is absolutely excited about saying what is wrong in the other, I tell them, for everything wrong in your husband or your wife, also tell me something good in them. Hear no evil, I'll say, मेरे को नहीं सुनने का, जाओ. I'm like a पत्थर, I can't be effective. मेरे को सुनने का है, लेकिन अच्छा सुनाओ. Now I'll be of use. Otherwise I'm useless. So the three new monkeys say, see good, speak good, hear good. When any child, for that matter any adult, keeps these three monkeys inside, they personally go through transformation. So I am a teacher who has a class 10 children. And I have a child in my class, let's say his name is Amol. And Amol always attempts to dominate some other children. He's violent by nature. See no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. The only thing I know is to remove him from my focus. But see the good, hear the good, and speak the good. Will make me bring Amol to me and ask him, for some reason you behave like this. To be violent also takes courage, which means you have courage inside you. I would love to know, is there anything I can do to help you? Because I see in you a huge potential. To tell the truth also takes courage. And to tell lie also takes courage. Can you have that courage which tells the truth and you move ahead in life? I can see that potential in you. For all that I know, Amol may have a mother who's going through cancer and he was extremely close to his mother. And he's so frustrated that his mother is not becoming well. It's become a violent streak in him. And he might just have tears in his eyes and say, Mama has cancer and कोई चीज में दिल नहीं लगता. Maybe a hug from me, maybe a pat on his shoulders, maybe a visit to his house, maybe talking to him about life and death, maybe inspiring him, saying, you love your mother, right? Perform in such a way that she dies peacefully. Today you live like this, she will die with a lot of pain, not just physical pain but also emotional pain. 10 minutes and it can turn the life of a mole around. This cannot happen when I practice the old monkeys. This can only happen when I practice the new monkeys. So I replace the old monkeys with the new monkeys. So the new monkeys say, see the good, speak the good, and hear the good. So step number 1 is awareness that I can do much more in life. How to do that much more in life? Let me begin by practicing these 3 monkeys. So when the kids are also motivated to live by these 3 monkeys, whatever happens, they have to also see the good, speak the good, and hear the good. It gives them that power and positivity to stay focused and progress on the right path. Clear to all of you? What is step 3? Step 3 involves the 4th monkey. This is the addition because of more population. History has 3 monkeys, but that time India's population was only 250 million. What is the 4th monkey telling us? 4th monkey is saying, act good. Whatever be my actions, they have to be good. Slapping, is it a good act? Hugging somebody, loving somebody, shaking hands properly, patting them on the back, are these good acts? Yes. So we'll go beyond the urges. And whatever happens, act good. What do I mean by act good beyond these? I'll explain it.